Hello. It's February the 6th, 16:07 hours. My name's Chris Wallace. This is 1 Greenfield House, Greenfield Lane, Rochdale. I'm just making this video to demonstrate the inconvenience I've been put to by this development so many times, but this is the last straw, the one today. Yeah. Firstly, this is where I normally charge my electric car, and as you can see, there's no car on the charger. You can see my car in the background to the left there, the two cars are having to be parked up on the road because our entrance is blocked by works caused by the development. We can't even get pedestrian access without pulling aside fencing that's been fenced off to for whatever reason. Yeah, we've no access. We were informed by any letter. We were just told. I wasn't even told by anyone. Just a contractor came on Saturday and told me neighbours who put a letter through my door to tell me this was going to happen this week. That's the first we knew of it. Saturday afternoon, in fact, all of us here. So I'm going to walk up. So I have to go to my car. As you see, my electric car, I've not been able to use. I've had to put it on an extension and charge it on the street. Yeah. So I'll have to show you the easiest way for me to get to it first. Otherwise, you'll see later the other way. Okay. And these are the new shrubs they've just put here today. So first, this is number one where I've had to charge my car on the street basically, and this is the street anyway, which is narrow and dangerous. That's my other car, and my other two cars are off-road at the moment. Next, this is the view. There's supposed to have been a 1.8 metre fence put up on this development. This is the view. It's not so prominent at the moment because the lights are off in my house, but you can see straight down into my front room and straight up into my back bedroom when the lights are on, and my bathroom and my kitchen. And now when the lights are on, you've got clear view of everything I'm up to, panoramic view, not like even off a street view, anything like that. Yeah. Okay, next, these shrubs. These shrubs were put here today by some contractor. I don't recall seeing them in the plans that were approved, the original approval in September 2015, I think it was. But anyway, a 1.8 metre fence should be surrounding the entirety of this boundary. And as we can see, everyone else's 1.8 metre fence is here, and more, except ours. Yeah, that's your developer Prospect. So if you also, I spoke to persons on here and people who bought houses from Prospect. Do not buy a house off Prospect if you have any sense, because once they've got your money, they'll ignore you. Finally, let's move on. My neighbours are parked there. Right, down here's a septic tank. Again, they put this boundary of flowers, yet our pipe runs out beyond this boundary of flowers, whatever, onto this piece of land. That actual boundary is actually on the land what we're using, which is our land, which is by whatever it's called, prescriptive easement or whatever, because we've used it since 1949 to serve it, or this house has used it since 1949 to service this, to use a septic tank, which is our sewage use, which we use for sewage. Sorry. We were supposed to have been connected to the mains when this development was built, as promised at the last one of the developers representatives at the council planning meeting promised to connect us, though I never seen anything in writing. Anyway, next, here's our septic tank. Right, as you can see, right opposite a load of houses. Would you like to, I doubt if these houses know what it is, but it's a septic tank which deals with the sewage from our house. In the summer, these rocks were toppled off, and this septic tank, the lid of it was off. It was wide open. Who took it off? I don't know. Kids probably, or whatever. They took it off, but they could have just dropped in that. And also, obviously, the leachate from the septic tank. This is the thingy field, the drain field here. There's no sign of any fencing or anything. Massive safety issue, and also an environmental issue. Yeah, and this is your Rochdale Council who've allowed this to happen. They've been told about this. They've not. This jungle here is a contaminated area for a former mill. There's all sorts of bits of metal in it and all sorts of rubbish. Japanese knotweed, you name it, it's in there. Contamination. There's a former old mill pond in there. Part of it, they knocked, actually one of the lads who works for the subcontractors knocked down part of the mill because it was so dangerous in there. Yeah, it's completely unprotected for anyone to just run into it, do what they like. I mean, I don't even know what that bit of cable is there. I've just spotted that. But as you can see, it's not really a very satisfactory situation. And I've complained since September about this fence, and it's nearly going on 4 years since this development commenced, probably, or 3 or 4 years, maybe 3, I don't know, I've lost track of it now, there's that many things going on. At least 3, perhaps 4 years since this development commenced, and guess what? No fence. And your local authority has done nothing. They've finally come on to me today, actually, and spoke to me. This prospect. So basically, human rights, privacy infringed. But the worst one is this now, that I'm really has been the real pee taker. I haven't took pictures of but it's also, there's another associated problem. Every time I think, there's one more I can think of. But basically, we go to the entrance to where I'm supposed to drive in and get pedestrian access to my house, and now it's been left. Then we're gonna, let's carry on down. Let's just look at the boundary as well, look at the rubbish that's just thrown on the boundary. I used to have a nice green field here, so let's just look. Alright, building rubbish. But you know what? I didn't buy into this. Look at this substation here. Completely obliterates the view when I'm coming out of our house onto this road here. They fly down here and up as well. Now, this entrance here, I got a what? One of the, I suppose if there was any benefit from this development, it would be that we've got access to this road instead of having to use this lane, which people off this estate and that estate below have been using in the snow and whenever as a shortcut. I've seen it many times, flying up and down there, kids walking down it, not paying for the maintenance, which we are supposed to, and then they're saying that, you know, and then screwing that lane up basically for us who used it. So we thought there's a nice benefit of this road being here. But guess what? Look at the little entrance they put here, and they're planning to put 2 bollards on each side. I've got a 12-foot trailer and a boat that I have sometimes here to get in and out of here. There's no way I'll be able to turn in and out. They're trying to force us, who's there, to go up that lane that they've ruined and they should be paying maintenance towards. But look at this now. Look, can't even get into my house without... I cannot even get into the house without removing a side. Well, I actually moved these earlier, but they were right up like that, and so was that one. So I couldn't even get into my own house easily and safely. Have they blocked off the public footpath as well? Which again, the council have allowed these people here. I don't know whether to encroach with a fence onto the public footpath, forcing people through our parking area. So we can't park our cars, number 1s, 2 and 3. We can't even really safely walk into our house. And this is what we've had to put up with. This is the final straw for me. And then the developers, I don't even want to bother writing to them because I've written to them before. They just ignore you and everything. The lads who work here are very nice, are all right. They're only doing their job. But what's this about? Look at the big ramp that's going to be going down. There's over a foot drop now on that side. I don't even know, with my low car that I've got, that electric car, whether I'll end up scratching the ground with it. I don't know how this is going to work out or how it's going to turn out, but I don't certainly recall seeing all this as it was before they've started doing this footpath, which I complained about anyway, because there was no footpath here for 3 years on this side, just a rough piece of track. It was at least all right to turn into. The level of the lane and the lane that we were on were the same, but now we're going to have a great big dip in it. I don't know what the situation is going to be with water and run off onto our car park when they put this ramp on, and how much degree of rampage there'll be on it, whatever. But not been consulted about this, nothing, absolutely nothing. So this video is going to go on YouTube, and I'm going to have to get on and see what I can do about these cowboy developers who just make money, don't consult. They never ever came here and spoke to us and said, we're building something here, can we do anything together? Or once they got the permission, I nearly fell over then. They nearly fell over. Once they got the permission to build, that was it. Never a word from them. Never a word from them anyway. Never acknowledged anything. So there it is. There's our way out. That's blocked. And we'll just walk up here actually to see how the track's been ruined by vehicles passing up and down it. They have no right to pass it. and a developer who's got a third responsibility. I actually think all these 51 houses here, or whatever there is here, have got a responsibility to use this regardless anyway, through the deeds. But look at it, it's flattened out, rutted, full of holes. Yeah, it was at least maintained before. I maintained it. I used to fill the holes in and whatever for us who lived here. It's widened now, which is not a bad thing, but widened a lot more, and it's collapsing here. Yeah, it's ruined basically. Look at the rubbish that's thrown on it, and this is as well used as a shortcut for, especially when it snowed last week when they couldn't get up the hill there. They just shortcutted up here in their cars, and not just from the new estate, from the old one as well. So that's about it really. I'm sick of it, absolutely sick of it. Just look at that. Would you put up with that? Your house, you can't even walk into your own house safely. Yeah, no letter, no information. Only last weekend did I get information about it. Second-hand information from my neighbour. Okay, so it's cost me a fortune. Running round in my car that I should have charged. Having to run round in my car. Anyway, I know I'm not very articulate, but that's what you have to put up with here. The cost of prospect homes. Oh, here we are. I wonder if they, look at all the damage they've done to the lane here. There's no chance of seeing anything. Oh, one final point. I wish I'd actually been on the other side here, so I'm going to have to go over the wall to get in unless I pull. I need both hands to get over that way, and it's no easy task. Now, I put that cable there. I know it's not safe. I don't like the idea. It's 240 volts. It's probably illegal. But what else can I do? Yeah. These people don't care if they're illegal or anything. Oh, here's the shrubs that are going to grow up. Where's the fence going to go? How are they going to build a fence here? The guy who put them in said they'll be 6 foot high within 2 years. That's nice. Very nice. But if they grow over onto my part, who's going to trim them? Who's going to look after them? Where's the fence that they promised? That was in the plans, not promised, which is statutory for them to put in, because it's not a promise, it's a condition of planning. Right, back down. I just want to show you, the last thing is this stupid substation that I objected to, that they could have put anywhere on the site, at the bottom, out of the way, out of sight. They had to put it here. And the council let them, and the highways, and the number of times I've nearly had the front end of my car sheared off here when I'm trying to get out is ridiculous. Because let's just see what you see. Can you see up that lane? Can you, Jake? Right, until literally you get to here, right? And they just come flying down there and nearly take your front end off, yeah, or upwards for that matter. The same. There's no view. They could have done. If they're any good, they would have put a post with a mirror on it, so you could see both ways on that lamp post or somewhere. I don't know where. But the highways department is a shocking mess. And now these bollards, I don't know where they're going to go, but apparently they're supposed to go in that corner, and that corner leaves a 6 foot wide, barely a 7 foot wide entrance to get into my house. When before, all right, we could come down. Well, we can't even come down the lane because the curbs are set at the wrong place. They should be set beyond each boundary, so the dip in the road is the full width of between the two walls, not 6 foot wide. So HGV vehicles, which could previously get down here, can't now, yeah, or going to struggle, or going to bust the post. In fact, they won't be able to get through the post at the present positions where they're going to be in. So them posts are going to be coming out. Yep. I don't care. They can take me to court. Yep. That's about it. There's probably other issues here, but this is another issue. Where's this public footpath go? Here, my property, my boundary is this wall on the right here. and it should run up here, right up to basically here where the entrance is. Yep. This big mound of crap here is maybe on the footpath. I don't know where the footpath goes, but it doesn't go over my land yet. Somehow or other, the public foot. In fact, it looks like it's being used lately because I can see footpath marks on it. I've never seen before that, but generally they walk over here down to join another public footpath which runs along the bottom. Okay, that's about it. But you can see the car park's empty. Mine's not empty. Oh, there's my trailer, 12 foot wide. Not much chance of swinging it in now when they get their bollards up. Well, when they get them up, for how long they'll be up. Yeah, but there you are. There's my trailer, which I've had for years. I've got other jet ski trailers. I've got a boat. It's not here. It's at a marina at the moment. But I have had it here, and I'd like to, if possible, bring it here. And if I want to, I'd like to. If I wanted to, it's my prerogative to own a van. Yeah, and with them bollards there, I'll be struggling. Thank you.